I start my day with love. Wanna start my day with love. That's what I get more of, is love. I start my day with love. Wanna start my day with love. That's what I get more of, is love. I start my day with love. Wanna start my day with love. That's what I get more of, is love. I start my day with love. Wanna start my day with love. That's what I get more of, is love. I choose love, love, love. When I start my day with peace, I feel that sweet release of peace. I start my day with peace. When I start my day with peace, I feel that sweet release of peace. I choose peace, 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 peace. I feel at peace, 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 peace. I choose peace, 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 peace. I start my day with joy. When I start my day with joy, everything I do is infused with joy. I start my day with joy. When I start my day with joy, everything I do is infused with joy. I choose joy, joy, joy. I feel it, joy, joy, joy. Every day it's joy, joy, joy. I'm choosing joy, joy, joy. I start my day with love. I start my day with peace. I start my day with joy, and I feel that sweet release. I start my day with love. I start my day with peace. I start my day with joy, and I feel that sweet release. I start my day with love. I start my day with peace. I start my day with joy, and I feel that sweet release. I start my day with love. I start my day with peace. I start my day with joy, and I feel that sweet release. I start my day with love. I start my day with peace. I start my day with joy, and I feel that sweet release. I start my day with love. I start my day with peace. I start my day with joy, and I feel that sweet release. I start my day with love. I start my day with peace. I start my day with joy, and I feel that sweet release. I start my day.
Celebration Center for Spiritual Living, and welcome to yet another wonderful, awesome service that we are beginning here in the room with some laughter. I am so glad that you're joining us, whether you're here in person or if you are joining us online. We were actually just talking with some people that are normally online, but they're here in person today about how they get to see us every week. And they feel like they see me all the time because I talk to them at the farmer's market and their house and all over the place. So I'm so glad that you're joining us wherever you happen to be this morning. We are continuing our theme of living everyday wonder as our physical bodies. I'm super excited about about what we're going to be talking about today and continuing this raw, real conversation that we're having about our physical bodies. We have Lynn Hollyfield, our music director today, and special guest Brent Mast on percussion. So yay, Lynn and Brent. Irina Kurashevitz is our practitioner on platform this morning. I'm so excited to hear what she has to say. And of course, we have our glorious tech team in the back, making sure that all of the technology is working and going well. So yay, tech team. I have, also, I welcomed y'all and I said that I'm glad you're here. If you're online, we don't know that you're here unless you say good morning to us. So please say good morning. Let us know how you're doing, how you've been. And if you're here for the very first time, and if this is your first Sunday here, you are so welcome. And we are so glad that you're here. And if you feel comfortable, go ahead. If you're online and you're new, let us know where you're from and how you found us in the chat. We have a few announcements today. So the first announcement is that we are continuing with Flat Ernest. So if you remember, Flat Ernest is going around with all of us all summer. He's there and available for you to decorate online on our website and also over here if you're in the room. And let me just tell you that one of our Flat Ernests has already been going to Oregon. And so here is Ernest enjoying the waterfall. And here is Ernest being contemplating the rainy day. That's what I was told with Janine Ballou. She is in Oregon right now, and so Ernest is contemplating the rainy day and deciding what they're going to get up to from their hotel room. So you too can bring your Flat Ernest all over the place for the summer and send us pictures. All of the information and instructions are on Flat Ernest himself. Next, we are continuing to collect shampoo this month. That is our Vision in Action supply drive item of the month is shampoo. So if you would like to bring us shampoo, you can put it in the bin that we have here at the front of the room. Or if you go online and contribute to our VIA Vision in Action Fund, we will purchase shampoo on your behalf, and that goes to Lutheran Social Services, who is supporting the Afghani refugees and soon the Ukrainian refugees. Next, on Friday, and I meant to take a picture for y'all, but I forgot, but I will have one. I will have one if you're online. There will be pictures up. But on Friday, we did an art class with Miriam Catellis, and we created sand mandalas, and they are over on the bulletin board, and they are so cool, y'all. So we're going to be doing it again next month. So if you live in the area, it is in person only. If you missed out, if you weren't able to go, or if you did come and now you know all the tips and tricks and techniques to do another one, we will be offering it again next month. So stay tuned for that. And then finally, we have an extra special announcement today from Terry Murphy, who is the head of the Ministerial Review Committee. So, Terry, I would like to invite you in.
Hi, Reverend Chris and everybody. Thanks so much. We are right in the middle of the ministerial review process, and we are so blessed to have a great process that's conscious and participatory. Our team mixes both old members and new members, so we get the full range of perspectives, and we need your help. Reverend Chris, in a minute, we're going to pull up and show you. You should have received a letter in the mail, and whether or not you have, Reverend Chris is going to show up in a minute and show you on the website where you can click the form. To make the team's work easier, I'm asking you to focus on being conscious and specific. So we want to hear consciously everything that's inspiring you or not inspiring you, and specifically, what is it that would be better for you? Make our job easy. So Reverend Chris, if you would please show where they can click on the, so that's the top of the website. If you scroll down to upcoming events, there it is, upcoming. The top item says ministerial review. You would click on that. And then just below, in the middle of that sentence, it says click here for the form. And if you click on that, there'll be the same form that you received in the email. So please be thoughtful, be conscious, write as much as you want, and the team will give it prayerful consideration. Thanks, everybody. Oh, and due by this Sunday, June 19th.
Yes, so you have 1 week from today to fill those out. Also, if you are here in the room and you did not receive one in the mail, we have additional ones over here on the table that you can take with you. And we are going to be sending out this afternoon an email with this letter and link as well. So there are lots and lots and lots of ways to complete this survey. We want to make sure that your voice gets heard. And with all of that, I would like to invite Brent and Lynn for our opening song.
You'll sing along with us. We're going to thank you, Nina Gibson, if you're listening, for this song. It's by Erin McGoggin, if I'm saying that right, and it's called God Gave Me, and you'll catch on real fast. God gave me one heart to love you. I'm gonna do that every day. I'm gonna do that every day. I'm gonna do that every day of my life. God gave me 2 ears to hear the word and 1 heart to love you. God's gonna give it every day. I'm gonna do that every day. I'm gonna do that every day of my life. God gave me 2 eyes to see the miracle, 2 ears to hear the word, and 1 heart to love you. I'm gonna do that every day. I'm gonna do that every day. I'm gonna do that every day of my life. God gave me 2 hands to work for justice, 2 eyes to see the miracle, 2 ears to hear the word, and 1 heart to love you. I'm gonna do that every day. I'm gonna do that every day. I'm gonna do that every day of my life. God gave me 2 lips to sing hallelujah, 2 hands to work for justice, 2 eyes to see the miracle, 2 ears to hear the word, and 1 heart to love you. I'm gonna do that every day. I'm gonna do that every day. I'm gonna do that every day of my life. God gave me 2 legs to keep things moving, 2 lips to sing hallelujah, 2 hands to work for justice, 2 eyes to see the miracle, 2 ears to hear the word, and 1 heart to love you. I'm gonna do that every day. I'm gonna do that every day. I'm gonna do that every day of my life. God gave me One life to live in spirit, two legs to keep things moving, two lips to sing hallelujah, two hands to work for justice, two eyes to see the miracle, two ears to hear the word, and one heart to love you. I'm gonna do that every day. I'm gonna do that every day. I'm gonna do that every day of my life. Every day of my life. Every day of my life.
Aren't they great? Thank you, Lynn, and thank you, Brand. That adds so much. Oh my God. Good morning, Celebration Center and friends, our offline and online community. Good morning, good evening, where you are. We don't know because we not limit ourselves by any time anymore, because you may be watching us later or you may be now experiencing evening. My name is Irina Kurashevich and I'm a practitioner here at the center. And as we enter the sacred time in our service, I invite you to remember our vision that was created by the members of this community and say it aloud together. We are celebrating spirit within and knowing the oneness of humanity. And I invite you to close your eyes if you are comfortable, or just soften your gaze. And feel how your body, physical and spiritual, is supported by your chair, the ground beneath you. And I invite you to focus on that one heart center that was created to love. Becoming aware of your love light expanding in your chest and radiating out into the world as we breathe together. And I invite you to take 3 breaths together. Each of our breaths has 3 parts: an inhale, a pause, and an exhale. And breathe in. And hold. And breathe out. Breathe in. Hold. Breathe out. Breathe in. Hold. And breathe out. And take this minute to continue experiencing your light radiating out from your chest. Connect to the love light of our beloved community, those present in the room, online, and watching in the future. And I invite you to stay in the sacred space as I read today's reading from Ernest Holmes, his book, 10 Ideas That Make a Difference, 1966. Every time we think of our body, we should think of it as our spiritual body. Think of every organ, action, function of our physical body as being pure and perfect spirit. And think of God as being in us, around us, and through us. Think of every breath we inhale as the breath of life. And think of the things that we eat as spiritual substance forever nourishing the body. Think of spirit and our body as being one in perfect harmony and affirm perfect circulation, perfect assimilation, perfect elimination. We should declare that in pure spirit there is not stagnation or inaction or overaction or false action. Our body is part of the kingdom of God. Therefore, here is a spiritual pattern and the center of it. And as I breathe, I know that God is. And God is in every breath I take, as God is all there is. And God is in every breath. It is the breath of the universe itself. And I recognize God as spirit, as love, as peace, as joy, as abundance and prosperity. And I know that God exists no matter what I think of it. I just know that it is. And I today choose to recognize my oneness with the divine, knowing that God is and I am, and there is no separation between. And as I know my oneness, I declare oneness for everyone in this room, on our stream, wherever you are, for everyone. I know this oneness, no matter what each of us is experiencing right now. As we are not denying our physical body and our physical experience, we still recognize God as spirit, within and underneath and all around everything that's going on. And today, I declare peace where is war. I declare love where is suffering. I declare joy where is sorrow. I declare abundance and prosperity where is lack. And I know perfect and radiant health for each and every one in this community. And I mean our global community. I know perfect employment where all the talents and skills are being used. And abundant compensation comes easily and effortlessly to everyone. I know love. I know perfect relationship where God talks to God. And I know joy. I know joy in smiles and laughter, in getting together or being alone within nature or within your home or wherever you are. I just know that joy, quiet joy, and peace within. And I celebrate in deep, deep gratitude, spirit, mind, and body. I'm so grateful to understand what God is and to understand that it is so much beyond my understanding. I'm so grateful to feel oneness, to experience it. And I'm so grateful for this opportunity to speak the word of truth, of peace, of love, of joy, of abundance. And I simply release my words into the law, knowing that they're already done in the perfect mind of God. And I simply say, and so it is.
Okay, we're going to share a song by Karen Drucker, Gentle with Myself. I will be gentle with myself. I will be gentle with myself. And I will hold myself like a newborn baby child. I will be tender with my heart. I will be tender with my heart. And I will hold my heart like a newborn baby child. And I will only go as fast as the slowest part of me feels safe to go. And I will only go as fast as the slowest part of me feels safe to go. I will be easy on myself. I will be easy on myself. And I will love myself like a newborn baby child. I will be easy on myself. I will be easy on myself. And I will love myself like a newborn baby child. And I will only go as fast as the slowest part of me feels safe to go. And I will only go as fast as the slowest part of me feels safe to go. I am gentle with myself. I am gentle with myself. And I hold myself like a newborn baby child. And I am gentle with myself. I am gentle with myself. And I hold myself like a newborn baby child. And I will rock myself like a newborn baby child. And I will love myself like a newborn baby child.
Thank y'all. I got to listen to it during rehearsal this morning too, that song, and it was just, it's like this rocking, right? Especially with the percussion and everything. So thank you so much, Lynn and Brent. And I love that line, I will go only as fast as the slowest part of me feels safe to go. And I think that we want to rush ourselves, right? We want to rush ourselves. We think that there's somewhere we have to be. We have to be there now, or preferably yesterday. But, now will be acceptable, but anything in the future, not so much. And so I love that reminder to just slow down. Oh, I can't do that. Just slow down. Just breathe. Hello, everyone. So today, this week, we're talking about loving this body, whatever this body is, whatever your body is. And we all have one. Reverend John Waterhouse used to say, having a body makes you very effective on the planet. Without a body, there's not much you can do. You can maybe ghost around or be a little spirit floating around, but bodies are the things that make us effective on this planet and able to do all of the cool stuff that we get to do all the time, all of the ways that we get to change the world and hug each other and love each other, and all of that is expressed through these physical bodies. And so last week, if you remember, we talked a little bit about this journey from self-hate all the way up to self-love and then beyond to radical self-love. So Ivor, will you put up that slide for me just for a second? I want us to remember what we talked about last week. Oh, there we go. Yay. And so what we talked about was this idea that we are on this journey of self-love, and we go from hating ourselves, which I think is what we are kind of as a society taught to do, that there's always something wrong with your body, and no matter what your body looks like or does like or acts like or any of that, it's wrong. And then we move to self-neutrality. So I have a body and it does good things for me. And I appreciate that about it, right? To self-respect. I so respect and honor the body that I have and all of the things that it does for me. To self-acceptance, not only do I respect it, but I accept that this is the body that I have, that it's not going to change, and that that's okay. And I accept the way I look. I accept the way I move through the world. All of those things. To self-confidence, I accept that I have this body in particular, and I'm confident that that this body is a good body, all the way up to loving ourselves. This body is magnificent, and I love it so much, and I'm so grateful that it's mine, and I wouldn't change or trade this body for anything. And then I moved on. You can take it down, Ivor. I moved on to one final one that's not up there, which is radical self-love, which is the idea that I am so comfortable and love my own body so much that I can then love you and your body that much and support you in also having radical self-love. And so it's this communal acceptance of our bodies and the way that we move through the world and the space that we take up. So something that I didn't mention last week about this journey, and I said it's a journey and that, one day we'll be at self-love and the next day we'll wake up and we'll be all the way back down at self-hate or self-neutrality and back and forth and all over the place. And I think we tend to hover in one sort of general area, and we can kind of shift our hovering up the scale, right? But it's never going to be there's never going to be an end to it because our bodies are constantly changing and aging and shifting, and things happen and they get healthier, they get sicker, they get bigger or smaller or stronger or weaker or or upper or downer or whatever it may be. And so this journey of loving our body is truly that. It's an ever-moving journey because we are never the same person. And so it truly is this relationship that we are cultivating. And the other thing that I wanted to talk about just really quick before we move into loving this body, this week's topic, is that even once we kind of arrive and are hovering around self-confidence to radical self-love, we're up and down there, that, and I would say that that's where I hang out most of the time, I'll have bad body image days. So I'll wake up and I'll feel really gross about my body, or I'll be like, ugh, like nothing's working right, or like, why is this knee doing whatever it's doing, or, whatever it is, or none of my clothes are fitting, or I'm super bloated. But the difference is that I don't blame my body. I don't say, oh, my body's awful. Instead, I go, ugh, I'm having a really bad body image day. And so it's this detachment from my body's still good and I still love it, even though I'm not feeling good in it right now, or I don't like the way it looks right now. And so there's this detachment and this separation from, so maybe when we go all the way back down to self-hate, it's not that like, this body must be bad because I hate it. It's, oh my God, I really feel like I hate my body. But I know that that's not the truth. So I'm just going to let myself have this feeling without attaching myself to it. So I just wanted to throw that out there. I've been thinking about that all week long this week, and I was like, they need to know. So on to loving this body. Now, a lot of what I talked about last week, and I think a lot of the things that the challenges that we can get, not challenges, but we can get stuck in this idea of how our body looks. And we just have to love the way our body looks out in the world. And yes, absolutely. I went to Pride yesterday in DC. I went to DC's Pride Parade, the very tail end of it, and then I just watched people. I love going to Pride because people are they're doing them. As my friend and I used to say, they are doing them and they are doing them well. And there's, everybody's wearing their most favorite outfit and their most favorite makeup and their most favorite, accessories. And they are just really feeling themselves. And it's this big street party of all of these strangers coming together. And so I love just watching people and experiencing everybody just in this total just love fest, right? And that is an aspect of it, is loving the way that we show up and move through the world. And the aspect that I also want to talk about is the inner stuff, the stuff that we can't see. So loving this body no matter how this body feels. Loving this body when there's aches or pains or something's not working right or we're having challenges. And then also, what about when this body has an illness or chronic illness where we know that this thing is never going to get better, that it's just part of what our body is? And how do we love and accept all of those aspects too? And so that's what I want to talk about today. And I want to preface this by saying that I think we can get into a little bit of dangerous territory of telling other people how they should respond and react to things and situations in their own lives. So I am not doing that today. I am offering my own perspective, and you can take or leave as much of it as you would like, because if you have something that is not working in your body, or you have a chronic illness that you know is not going to go away, or you have aches and pains or something that is not working for you, that is a real thing. And I'm not here to tell you that it should be any different or that you should feel any differently about it. There are no shoulds. I am not shoulding on you. I just want to put that out there. But what I do want to do is I want to tell you my own story. So, I probably should have been diagnosed with depression and anxiety in like middle school, but I wasn't. I was told to suck it up and get over myself and stop being so dramatic and move on with my life, and so I did, and I did it quite well. And I see a lot of nods, so I feel like that suck it up mentality was maybe one that a lot of us were raised with, that you just get your life together, right? And so I did. I got my life together, and I figured it out, and I stopped being dramatic out loud. I don't think I'm still dramatic. I am a dramatic human. But, I stopped being dramatic out loud, and I learned what was safe and not safe to express about my own body and the feelings and experiences that I was having. And that all worked great until I got pregnant and had my baby. And then I had postpartum depression, which I think was actually just depression, but it was after a baby. So they diagnosed me with postpartum depression, and they gave me, my OBGYN gave me some antidepressants and sent me on my way. And I took them for a long time, and then my anxiety ramped up because I did not know that antidepressants makes the anxiety worse, and nobody told me that, and no doctor talked to me about any of that. So then I got a prescription for Xanax. So then I was taking Xanax regularly, but that also ramps up your anxiety if you take it too often. All these things, nobody told me any of this, right? I was just doing the best I could, and I had a newborn, and I'm depressed, and I'm anxious all at the same time, which is really fun because you feel like you can't sit still, but you also feel like you can't move. And and it's just really messy, and I'm taking care of this newborn, and I'm a single mom, and it's just all over the place, right? And then I found oneness. I started going to Unity of Houston, and which is another New Thought community. It's one of the largest unity churches in their organization. And I found oneness, which was something that Unity was doing. It's this energy transfer. I highly disagree with some of the beliefs that they are putting out now, but the energy transfer itself was profound and powerful and life-changing for me. And so I started meditating constantly and going to all of these events and doing all these oneness activities and playing in this energy and all this stuff. And my son would do the oneness blessings as well. He was like 2 to 4 at this age, right? And he would go, come here, mommy, let me, and he'd put his little hands, and it was the cutest thing ever, right? And you just melt, and he's adorable, and he would sit and meditate with me, and I said, well, if you can meditate with a little 2-year-old crawling on you, you can do anything, right? And we had our little altar together, and he would help me with the incense and just all the stuff, and it was a really magical time. And so I stopped taking my antidepressants and my anti-anxiety meds, and I was healed. That's what I told everybody for a long time. I healed myself of depression and anxiety with meditation. That was the story that I told everyone. And that also worked for a long time. And I firmly believe that my spiritual practice does indeed save my life and my mental health, and that it is profoundly important for me. And I can tell a difference in the moment when I do my stuff and when I don't do my stuff. And I don't even like to be around me when I don't do my spiritual practice, let alone subjecting other people to being around me, right? And then all of a sudden that stopped working too. I was too busy. And not that I I was still doing my spiritual practice, but the depression was back and the anxiety was back. And so I blamed myself. I didn't get help. I didn't go to the doctor. I was like, oh, I just meditate harder, right? And I always blamed it on a situation. Oh, well, I'm in this relationship, or I'm doing this thing, or this is really hard right now. And it would get a little better when that relationship ended, when that thing changed, whatever it was. But then it would always shift back. So, skip ahead to getting this job as the senior minister at Celebration Center. And I was so happy, right? I mean, y'all, this is my dream community. It's my dream job. It's the career I've been working towards for over a decade. I am living in my dream city. My community is my dream community. Y'all are like so amazing, right? And I'm doing the work that I love to do, and I get to use my creativity. And now I'm like with my dream partner, and we're getting married, and we have the perfect dog, and I have this beautiful condo, and everything is going so right, and everything is so good, and my body's working and all that. And then I had a massive depression episode, and I was like, well, crap. Because when I couldn't blame it on anything. There was no situation, there was no reason. And all of a sudden, I had to acknowledge the fact that it was my brain not utilizing the chemicals that it needed to utilize in the right way. And no amount of meditation was gonna fix that. No amounts. No yoga is gonna make your brain produce serotonin. It's just not. It's not the way that yoga works, and it's not the way that brains work. And so I went and I found a therapist, which I have my mentor minister says there are 2 types of ministers in the world. There are ministers who have therapists, and there are shitty ministers. That's what she says. So I have my therapist now. I love her. I don't know how I existed before my therapist. And I went to the doctor, and I got on medication, and I talked through the side effects that the medication was going to have with the doctor, and I asked questions, and I figured out how to stick with it and all of the stuff. And now all of a sudden, the medication is supporting me to get back to a baseline to where the tools that I know that I have, my meditation and my yoga and my spiritual practice and all those things, they can work again because my body is working the way that it wants to. So why am I telling you this very long story? Because I told y'all last week about how I was in Tantra and I learned to love my body and take up the space and dance in front of people and all this stuff. And I had to go through a whole new journey because all of a sudden this story of I healed myself from depression and anxiety and I have this amazing body that just works right all the time because I'm a Science of Mind minister, all of a sudden that story wasn't true anymore. And all of a sudden, I had to figure out how to be a minister while also being depressed, because I didn't get to just set down my congregation and my job and all the things that I love. I wasn't willing to just let all of that fall away just because my brain wasn't working right. And so I had to realize and do the work to understand that this body with this depression and this anxiety and these challenges, that this is the body that I am meant to have to be this minister in this center, doing this work, using my creativity in this way. And that is a ongoing and continuing journey. And I can get a little frustrated at our teaching that says if you just think a different thought, it will all go away. Because that's not necessarily true. And if we're gonna say it's all God, then God is in the antidepressant that I take every morning. And God is in the whatever medicine that your body needs to function correctly. And God is in the doctors and the therapists and the working through our stuff. God is in our chronically ill bodies. God is in our disabled bodies. God is in the parts of us that don't work as well. And so instead of telling us that you could have this perfect, shiny body with no problems, if you would only just think a different thought, what I'm telling you is the body that you have in this exact moment, whatever is going on with it, is the exact body that is perfect and right for you to fulfill your purpose here on this planet, no matter what's going on with it. And so if you have been avoiding the doctor or the pill or whatever it is, I invite you to see the God in those things and to allow yourself to do whatever you need to do to have your experience on this planet be the best experience that you can have. Loving this body that you have in this moment, not some future body that you're going to think your way into. Ernest Holmes says, since we cannot walk on water, we take a boat or an aspirin. It's okay to take the medicine or to do whatever it is that we need to do. There's a funny, cross-stitch pattern that says, if you can't make your own neurotransmitters, store-bought is fine. And it makes me laugh so hard because I'm like, yes, my body just has decided that neurotransmitters is not a thing that it needs to take its time to make, and so store-bought is fine. And so I don't know how closely y'all pay attention or if anybody noticed this, but the necklace that I wear around my neck now, and I have been for several months, is a serotonin molecule to remind myself that it's okay to have store-bought serotonin. It's okay to love this body. It's okay to sit in my depression and to sit in my anxiety and to just feel it and not try to fix it or change it or make it better or heal it or make it go away or tell everybody, well, if you just meditate a little more like me, you too can heal your depression and anxiety. Because what I'm telling you is that it might go away, but it's going to come back. It is, because no amount of spiritual practice is going to change the body that we were meant to have. This is the body you were meant to have. And I know that for a fact because you're in it. That is the truth. So, I am going to have a tell us question today. I wasn't going to, but I am going to. So I'm going to invite Lynn and Brent up so that y'all can think about the answer to your question or to this question. And while they play, think about it. And if you are online, type in your answer and we'll read it. And if you are here in person, I invite you to come stand over here so that way we can kind of get a line going. And my question today is, what does loving this body in this moment mean to you? What does loving this body, your body, in this moment mean to you? So think about that while Brent and Lynn play.
Hello. We're going to do a song by J. Josephs. It's called I Love Myself the Way I Am. Love myself the way I am. There's nothing I need to change. I'll always be the perfect me. There's nothing to rearrange. I'm beautiful and capable of being the best me I can. And I love myself just the way I am. I love you just the way you are. There's nothing you need to do. When I feel the love inside myself, it's easy to love you. Behind your fears, your rage and tears, I see your shining star. And I love you just the way you are. I love the world the way it is, 'cause I can clearly see that all the things I judge are done by people just like me. So fill the world with peace on earth that only love can bring. I'll help it grow by loving everything. Love ourselves the way we are, but we still want to grow. The change outside can only come when deep inside we know we're beautiful and capable of being the best we can. So let's love ourselves the best way that we can. Let's love ourselves the best way that we can.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you, Lynn, and thank you, Brent. So, who has an answer to the question? What does loving this body that you have right now in this moment mean to you? As you can tell online, there was not a huge lineup for this. Oh, Beth. Beth says, learning to love the senior discounts I'm getting at the movie theater. Yes. I love it, Beth. Yes. Take all of the perks that you get for being in this body that you are in. I love it. Who else? What does loving this body in this moment mean to you? Arena, come on up.
So what Reverend Chris was talking about, I know that every sermon, every message, if we will be asked to write a summary, we would have different summaries because we all grab different things. So from what you had, you were telling, I don't meditate hard enough. And that's what I think that for me to make peace and loving my body right now is to stop separating me from my body. Because I look at my body and I talk to myself, you have to exercise, you have to do this and this. And recognizing that my body and me, we are not we are inseparable. We are one, and probably, to just be nice to myself. So thank you for that.
Thank you, Irina. Yes, and I think my message is not that you need to meditate harder, but just that you get to be more gentle with yourself. Yeah. Who else? Anyone else? Yes, Aaliyah, come on up.
Yes, I'm feeling some signs of aging, so yes, I'm feeling that too. And also, I would say, I hadn't thought about it before I heard you talk today, but anxiety, definitely a lot of anxiety for about 1.5 years now. There's just a lot of things going on in my life that seem to be causing that, but yes, somehow reining that in would be great. But I'm just kind of living with it for now. It's just kind of what is happening. But it's kind of interesting to think of it as, I guess I usually see it as like a sign of I need to balance myself somehow. Meditate more or something like that. But maybe it's just something my body's doing and it's okay. And I can just kind of forgive it on that level. And be at peace with it on that level.
I'm just gonna. Yeah. I like that. Just your body's doing anxiety because that's what it needs to do. And that's okay. Letting it be what it is. That's usually how I handle my anxiety is I use tools and I go, oh, wow, I'm feeling very anxious. And every once in a while I take a pill for it. Anyone else? Yes, Brenda, come on up. It's lovely to see you in person. Usually you're watching us on YouTube, so.
Well, thank you so much. It's my first time back since we're in person. And I have no problem with my body. My body is, even though it's small and short, I have such positive attitude about everything that my body seems to follow that designation. And if I think my eyelids are drooping or my belly is, I judge myself, I turn to an affirmation that I say to myself. I say, I am whole, perfect, strong, powerful, loving, harmonious, happy, healthy. And that seems to lift me up out of whatever I was thinking of and keeps me on my perfect track. So thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. Here. Yep. Thank you, Brenda. Yes. Use the affirmations too. Use all of it, all of the tools that we have available to us. Anyone else? Anyone online? Okay, well, I am going to close this time with a poem, and this is going to be our prayer today. So I invite you to close your eyes. Today, I asked my body what it needed, which is a big deal, considering my journey of not really asking that much. I thought it might need more water, or protein, or greens, or yoga, or supplements, or movements. But as I stood in the shower, reflecting on the stretch marks, the roundness where I would prefer flatness, the softness where I would like firmness, all those conditioned wishes that form a bundle of never quite rightness. It whispered very gently, could you just love me like this? And so it is. And this is the time in our service for our gifts and our offerings. And so knowing that your presence in your body in this moment is a gift, and that we love you and your body just the way that it is. And we run on tithe, talents, and treasures of our community, of all of the blessings that y'all give us, whether it's your time, your gifts, your your money, whatever it is. We are so, so grateful. So if you have a monetary donation that you would like to give, you can do that if you go to celebrationcenter.org and click on the Give button. It takes you to our Secure Breeze website. Or if you are here in the room, we do have our table over there with the basket that you are welcome to put your donations in. And now I would like to invite Arena up.
And I invite us all to bless this generosity of this community. And I know generosity of the Celebration Center and the global community, as I know that there is only circle of love and love of circulation. It circulates all around the globe. And I bless everyone who shares their talents, their treasures, their time. It is appreciated here in the physical world and in the spiritual world. And I'm so grateful to know the prosperity and abundance of the Celebration Center. And I simply say, and so it is. We didn't do the offertory affirmation. I forgot about that. Sorry. Yes, my favorite. So, we pray and then we affirm. So take a deep breath and say with me, I open my heart to give and receive the blessings that the Spirit promised to me. As I do, the entire universe conspires to give me an abundant life, and I open to accept it. And so it is. Now we complete.
Thank you. And so now I invite you to say our community affirmation together. Repeat it after me. Something wonderful is happening through me right now.
Something wonderful is happening through me right now.
I am led by Spirit.
I am led by Spirit.
I am guided by wisdom.
I am guided by wisdom.
I am protected by love.
I'm protected by love.
And I am here to be a blessing.
And I am here to be a blessing.
I am so grateful.
I am so grateful.
And so it is.
And so it is. Okay, I hope you'll sing along with this. Blessing to the World by Karen Drucker. You are the heart, you are the hands, you are the voice of Spirit on earth, and who you are and all you do is a blessing to the world. I am the heart, I am the hands, I am the voice of Spirit on earth, and all I am and all I do is a blessing to the world. We are the heart, we are the hands, we are the voice of Spirit on earth, and all we do, Lord, and all we do is a blessing to the world, a blessing to the world, a blessing to the world.
And so now I send us out into the world in these bodies exactly as they are in this moment, loving every inch, every thought, every idea, and every part of them wholly and fully. And so it is.